All right, so we're going to continue with the question class, programming that. We had made the variables and did the constructor. Okay, so at this point, if you haven't already, try to implement some of the methods like display question, check answer, right? And then obviously like the get and set method. So try that stuff before continuing. Okay, so the get and set methods are super straightforward. Usually you have one each associated. They're called like getter or setter, and they're associated with each of these variables. So I can do public void like set answer in the event we needed to change our answer. And we just have string new answer. All right, and so basically we're just going to set that correct answer variable to the new answer. And then we do the same thing, public void set text string new text. So if we want to change the question text. So we do question text equals new text. Okay, and then save. Okay, and then we'd have to do the get one. So these ones are not going to be void. They're going to be public string get text. I'm just going to return the question text. And do public string get answer. We might not actually end up needing these ever, but I usually put them in there just for, I don't know, in case we need them later. You could always not put them in and then add them as needed. But anyways, let's do the two more kind of specialized ones here, like display question and check answer. Okay, so display question is super straightforward. Right? So all we've got to do here is just sys out the actual question. So that is the question's text. So this would be something like, who is the coolest teacher at RHS or something like that. That's going to be the text, and all we got to do is print it out if we want it to display. Okay, and then the check answer is just going to return a Boolean. Okay, and we want to, they're going to basically be calling this from the quiz. So they're going to pass in a string answer and check it against this correct answer. Okay, so I'm going to do public Boolean because I'm going to return true or false if it's right. And do check answer and then string. This is going to be like the user's answer, right? We have the correct answer and then the user's answer or the student's answer or whatever it is. So basically, I want to check if the user's answer dot equals the answer that I have stored in here, which is correct answer. Right, so this question's correct answer is stored right here. Okay, and so we'll specify that when we create the questions, right? For the creator of the quiz, we'll specify that, and then the users will take the quiz, and they'll give their answer here. Okay, so if they are equal, we want to return true. Else, we want to return false. Okay, so we've successfully created those two methods. All right, and as I was, coding this and sitting here thinking, I'm wondering, do I have everything I need here in this question class, right? Especially because I'm not sure what these are going to look like exactly yet. So, in theory, what would happen is, I would stop now and say, this is, I think, what I'm going to need for question. But if I find that I need to make some changes later, I can always come back and make the changes, right? It's not like it's set in stone. This is kind of my first attempt, and the nice part is you can always come back and change it from there. All right, so what I think makes sense to do next is actually get a quiz going. Okay, so we have a question type that should be able to function like a question, but let's interact with it a little bit in a runner or a main in quiz. Back in our package then, I'm just going to go to here's my package, and I'm going to do a new class called quiz, and this one will have main. So I'm going to start with my main. All right, And then I'm going to make a new, let's make a question object. Okay, so if I look back at my constructor, I've got to pass in, uh, uh, actually I put the answer first and then the text second. I'm not sure I honestly like that. I would maybe do the text first and then the answer second. You can set it up however you want, but I think that makes more sense. And then it still sets them okay because the text is still set to text and answer set to answer. So we'll do it maybe that way. I like it a little bit better that way. Personal preference here, but so I'm going to do question 1 equals new question, and I'm going to pass in those two parts, the text and the answer. Okay, so this might actually make more sense as a true or false question, but one question I've always wondered is Paris a bumpkin? Is he a country bumpkin? And it turns out it looks like the answer is yes. So I'm going to pass in my question along with the answer. Okay, so even though this one might make more sense as a true or false, so maybe we should do a better question. We should do something like, I don't know, who is best NFL QB? Who is the best? I suppose I could actually have some good English here, proper English, and we'll go with Aaron Rodgers. Actually, I think it's spelled like that, right? Which actually presents a problem, like they have to spell it right to get it right, but that's okay. Okay, so now that we've got our question, we want to use it with, like actually interact with it. So we're definitely going to need a scanner to get the user's answers. I'm going to do scanner, scan with new scanner. All right, so our usual scanner. Okay, and then I'm going to, again, try to pause and see if you can figure out how to, interact with this question using the scanner and everything. I'm going to import my scanner. So pause it, give it a shot. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is actually present the question, right? So I want to display that text. So we have a method for that. So I'm just going to call q1.displayQuestion. So that'll display who is the best NFL quarterback. Okay, and then I'm going to scan their answer. So I'm going to do a string that is their answer. And I could, just to be really specific, we could do user's answer equals scan.next line. All right. And then now that I have it, I want to like check if it's right or not. Okay, so I'm going to do a Boolean. Remember, our method returned a Boolean. So I'm going to do Boolean is correct. And then I'm going to call that method. So I'm going to call q1.check the answer for the user's answer. Okay, so I'm going to say, hey, check the answer that I stored in Q1. I stored it right here. And check if that's equal to what the user had. Okay, and now we're just going to do an if. So we're going to say if it is correct, I want to print out congrats, you deserve a cookie. Okay, otherwise we're going to say you must have Westpital. That's why they don't know anything. Okay, so that should be a functioning question. All right, so let's try this, and let's say they think it's Tom Brady. Who would think that? Yeah, they don't know anything. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can do Aaron Rodgers. All right, so it seems like it's functioning as a quiz. Okay, and so ultimately part of this project, I'll have some more specific directions for you later, is to make a functioning quiz with a bunch of different questions. But right now we've got one working, and it's just our parent class of question, right? The next few parts is going to be to start to make the more specific types of questions. All right, so that is all I got for you in this lesson, at least. Thank you for watching.